You know, it's hard to remember way back then, and I just think that we all knew that it was coming. And we all did war work, because I was of age to do war work at that time. I used to be in the land army, and that was quite well. I used to drive a horse and cart, just deliver the milk to the people. That's what I used to do, and then we used to go milk the cows and all that kind of thing that you have to do when you're in the land army. And you know, it was just one of those things. I think we all took it in stride. This is what was going to happen, and we just took it in stride. We had an awful lot of Americans in England at that time. And I can remember one Christmas, I think we had so many Americans in our house, I didn't know whether to go upstairs or downstairs, because we had so many. And you know, Americans are so open, and we weren't used to that either. My mother still, for a long, long time, wrote letters to them when they even went back to the States. In London was the worst part. It got bombed in London a lot. And but on the outside of London, not too much bombing at all. It didn't come that far. I think they just wanted to bomb London, that was it. And that was when I used to do the Morse code to the ships at sea. And we all came up from the underground. We were underground. We all came up to stairs and went outside, and we didn't even know where we were because everything was flat. You couldn't see anything. You didn't know which way to go because it was so flat. They just all took it in their stride. It was amazing, really, because we had a lot of bombing where I lived. But, you know, they just went down the shelter and that was it. And when they came up, they started cleaning up if anything got bombed where they lived. Not anybody I knew got upset about it. It just seemed that this is what is happening and this is what we got to do, and that was it. We were very calm people. We really are. My mother and I used to watch out the window in the kitchen. And we used to watch in the window, and we used to watch the planes going over to Germany, and we used to count them as they went over. And then we'd stand there until they came back, and then we used to count them as they came back. And then we used to know how many didn't come back. My mother and I always used to do that every night. We would look out the window when we heard those planes going over to see how many went and how many came back.